Psalm 90 verses 3 to 6, 12 to 17. If today you hear his voice, harden not your hearts. You turn man back to dust, saying, Return, O children of men. For 1,000 years in your sight are as yesterday, now that it is past, or as a watch of the night. You make an end of them in their sleep, the next morning they are like the changing grass, which at dawn springs up anew, but by evening wilts and fades. Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain wisdom of heart. Return, O Lord. How long? Have pity on your servants. Fill us at daybreak with your kindness, that we may shout for joy and gladness all our days. And may the gracious care of the Lord our God be ours, prosper the work of our hands for us. Prosper the work of our hands. Psalm 90 begins with this title, God's Eternity and Human Frailty, a prayer of Moses, the man of God. Remember, the word psalm means sacred song or poem used in worship. In this case it is generally believed the psalm was written by Moses just before entering the promised land. This reading begins by explaining how fragile and how short life is on earth as compared to eternity. Moses was an expert on the subject of death since he was the last of the original Hebrews that left Egypt. As we advance in age, many memories of a bygone time enter our mind, and they seem as real as if they happened yesterday, but in reality they happened years ago. That was Moses. He was recalling how quickly human time passes by without our noticing. Verse 12, teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain wisdom of heart. Reflecting on past events, we can often see why God has placed us here on earth. I knew a man that changed the lives of two very unfortunate people at one time. A boat had capsized. A child about the age of 8 was in the water but out of the reach of the father, neither could swim. The father had the presence of mind to hold onto the capsized boat but was helpless to save his child from drowning. My friend saw the entire event and reached from his boat, pulled the child from the water, threw a rope to the father and pulled him aboard. The father then made this discouraging statement, I never thought a white man would do anything to help a black child, and much less his father. That's a sad commentary of race relations. So, who really arranged the events? It was God who wanted to teach the father, the child, and my friend a lesson on race relations. Everyone needs to take inventory regarding how they are spending their days. Are you helping others for the greater glory of God, or helping only yourself? Every moment of our lives are like a dollar bill. You can spend it wisely or foolishly, but once spent, it cannot be spent again. Wouldn't it be wonderful to know and love God with your whole heart and soul when you were young? Just think of the better decisions you would have made, and live in the knowledge that you are never alone, because God is always with you and nudging you in the right direction and bestowing upon you his many graces. Romans 8:28. We know that in everything God works for good, with those who love him, who are called according to his purpose.